Hi everyone, Ernest P. Worrell here, or Sailor Earth here, and I can't really lean up against anything. So you might think this is a walkthrough film, and it kind of behaves like a walkthrough film, but it's truly not a walkthrough film at all if you stop to think of it. It's more of a, yeah, if I stand up, I'm going to fall over, because sadly, I'm not made out of the same kind of things that my fellow sailor fighters are made out of. You know, much of my body is squeezed, but I'm really a pull doll. And if you don't know what a pull doll is, I mean the doll you pull the string and then the doll says some things. So, yeah, this isn't really a walkthrough film, but I can't really lean up against anything without falling over. So, anyway, the first thing I want to say is that some folks might think that I don't get on look for being Sailor Earth. Some folks might think that, well, the truth is, I think I do get on look for being Sailor Earth. And I'm just going to tell everybody right now that being Sailor Earth was not, some luck thing or not. And I know it might go against, some folks in the Sailor Moon followership who follow Naiko Takaguchi's oversight as if it's some kind of law that goes, only women can be sailor fighters or only girls can be sailor fighters. And yeah, if you're, ow, I can't hold this. Oh, no, I can't. Okay. So if I was Toei and I was doing the drawing show, the drawing film, whatever, then yes, I'd have to uphold that oversight. If I was Bandai doing the film games, yes, I'd have to uphold that oversight, even if it was true or not. But here, I don't have to follow the oversight. And it's not like I'm the first one ever broke the oversight. You have the Sailor Starlight, Sailor Star Healer, Sailor Star Maker, and Sailor Star Fighter, Dustin, Jordan, and Julian. And even if you don't want to see them as the first men sailor fighters, because some folks do, some folks don't, because when they shapeshift, they became women, but when they weren't, they were men. So even if yeah, they were the first. And a lot of folks seem to think, oh, that's why Naiko Takaguchi and the Toei business had a falling out over how the free lights, the Sailor Starlights were handled, and Sailor Stars, because they weren't handled the same way they were in the books, or the sagas, or the tales, or the funny books, or whatever you want to call them. And need to be true. And some folks think it was that grounds to why Sailor Stars never got no English work from Deke or Cliverway or Pioneer or any other business until Viz. The truth is that Cloverway let the deal go. In 2003 YL, Cloverway didn't want to get a new deal, and that included losing the rights to the fifth and fourth followings of Sailor Moon. That include Pioneer losing the right to the free films, the drawing films, and that included losing the rights for anyone to work with Sailor Stars until Viz came along. So there have been some folks in the Sailor Moon followership over the years, not all, but some, mostly. Now she's no longer around anymore, and she's no longer on YouTube or USI anymore. Her handle at the time was Sailor Moon Fan Dubber or Sailor Moon Lover Speaker or Talker. Now, in the beginning, she did like the Deacon Cloverway Sailor Moon, but fell out of liking it and chose the Toei one over it. And first you couldn't say or do, and you couldn't say, and you couldn't scave or seek anything wrong with the Toei one. If you did, it just pissed her off. And that's how it started. See, we would say things about the Toei one. Okay, we liked the Deacon Cloverway one. If she liked the Toei one back in the day, great for her. But we liked the Deacon Cloverway and Pioneer one. And it wasn't good enough. Because then we couldn't make the uploads that we wanted to make. We did have that freedom. We could if we wanted to. We were in good standing with YouTube or UA, with followership oversight and ownership and double right at the time, and still are to that. And she would say, oh, because if there were films she didn't like we made, she would say, oh, well, you want me to unfollow? As if unfollowing someone's fairway is like the worstest thing you can do to them. Like the most sinful, unlawful thing you could ever do to someone is unfollow their fairway. And then on top of that, she started gatekeeping and telling us what we could and could not say in our films, what we could and could not scathe, what we could or could not talk about. And then started doing a whole bitching thing about how I, being Sailor Earth, was a slight on Naoko Takaguchi, and a slight on the Toei business, and a slight on Aldeling Nio Golings, whatever the else. And it was not. What I did on my fairways back in the day, and I do on this one now, wasn't a slight on Naoko Takaguchi or Aldeling Nio Golings, her business, or the Toei business, or anything like that. But in her mind, that's what she believed. And then she ended up making another film saying, oh, look, I'm sorry for gatekeeping, and I'm sorry for getting irked and angered over Ernest P. Worrell being Sailor Earth and thinking it was a slight on Naoko Takaguchi. Give me a break. To be honest with you, I don't think Naoko Takaguchi would have thought that me being Sailor Earth was a slight. To be honest with you, I don't even know what her stance of me being Sailor Earth is. And that was the end of it. We didn't really talk anymore after that. And then, her mother was always ill and always sick and always going in and out of healing house. That was true. And then she ended up shutting down. Well, then she made another fairway because she could never ever get into her old one because she forgot what her wire and step word was. So she couldn't get into her old one. So she made a new one for some time. And after that, there was one more thing she ended up making a big deal over: the names. You see, she was pissed off that I said the Latinish, Frenchish, Hellenish, Spanish, Hebrewish, what else? Farsiest borrowed names instead of the Donish borrowed names. Yeah, that was the other thing she made a big thing about. And then not too long after that, she shut down her other fairway and has been gone ever since. But yeah, that was a time where I got gatekeeped on, on the Sailor Moon followership here on UA for doing nothing wrong. And that was the only time it happened. Now, beyond all of that, all of those things going on, that was it. At the end of the day, I really didn't have a bind with anyone over what I was saying or doing in my films. Now, if they were following followership oversight and double ownership and double right, yeah, by all means. But that was it. And I haven't had a bind with anyone since then. Now, some folks out there might think to themselves, why do some folks gatekeep? I don't know. Because some folks seem to think they have the right to tell folks what they can and cannot talk about, what they can and cannot believe. Like, oh, you don't have the right to be in this followership, and you don't have the right to say this or to believe this or think this or say that, I don't know why some folks do. Anyway, if you like this film, then follow me over here at Sailor Moon for Life. Don't forget to share, thumb up, and playlist this film. Don't forget to also watch the other film we made earlier this morning where Sailor Mini Moon or Small Moon or Little Moon made her film. Don't forget to hit that bind and that, round when you want to know when the next upload live stream of short's been done. I, Ernest P. Worrell, Sailor Earth, and I'll see you later. Goodbye. Farewell. So long. Here we go again.